Okay, so just like the old days, if you have to give the equation for a line that goes through 2 points, so I just listed two random points up here. So you said that you know how to graph that because you just plot those 2 points, 0, 6, and 312 would be, somewhere way up here or something. And then you'd have this line. And the problem is that um, you need to write the equation for that line. And the thing that you're probably being tested on is to make sure that you know that all lines can be written in this kind of a format where this B here stands for where the line crosses the y-axis. And so that, of course, is where the y-axis, I'll just write that up here. That's where x equals 0. So that is the point 0, 6. In this case, 6 is where the line crosses the y-axis. And then the other part of this equation that's actually a number and not a variable is that m, and that's the slope. And there's a couple ways to figure out the slope. We talked about rise over run and, all kinds of things. But I'm just going to show you the way that I think is probably the easiest to see it. If I did a little XY chart for this stuff given, 0, 6 is on there and 312 is on there. So I'm missing a couple points in between, but the slope is how much the y is going up or down, in this case up, each time x goes up by 1 to get to the next number. So I see here that if I start at 6 and I add something and add something and add something again, I end up at 12. So if you just stop, let's think about what that number might be. So I see that it's going 3 times. It starts at 6, and 3 times it goes up there, and then it ends up being 12. That's kind of how my brain thinks about it, but everybody thinks about that differently. Some people do, 3 minus 0 over here, and 12 minus 6 over here, and then they divide. But not me. I usually just go and solve a little equation to figure out what m is. It looks like each time it goes up by 2, so I'm going to test that out and see if that works. So 6 plus 2 would be 8, 8 plus 2 would be 10, and 10 plus 2 would be 12, so that works. So my slope in this case is m. So you put it all together, and really all you need to write an equation in y equals mx plus b form is the m and the b. And now we have it. So in this case, it would be y equals 2x plus 6. And then if they want you to write that in standard form, which I thought you had originally mentioned, standard form just means putting the x and y on the same side of the equal sign. So I would just subtract, in this case, I would just go ahead and subtract 2x from both sides, because when I do that, I get negative 2x plus y equals 6, and now it's in standard form. Same line and same exact xy chart, but that's how I do it. So good luck. Let me know what else you got.